In the early hours of Thursday, May the 1st, West Coast cargo traffic halted as port workers staged anti-war protests to celebrate MayDay. In solidarity with the International Longshore Workers Union, I joined with about 40 others in creating a community picket to ask rail workers to also protest and disrupt business as usual on the West Coast.
No war! No warning! The resistance is forming!
Union representatives supported our picket by informing workers that the protest constituted a safety risk, and they should either take the day off or wait until their supervisors forced them to work.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Everybody move to the side. Thank you.
Later in the day, anti-war and pro-immigrant marches broke out all over San Francisco. After a midday march to City Hall, I headed to the Castro to ask people how they felt about the war and about the U.S.-Mexico border fence.
Hey there, what's your name?
My name's Matthew.
And what are you doing out here in the Castro tonight?
Well, tonight a group of myself and a few other people are out here just offering to pray with people, handing them out cookies, and just talking and hopefully encouraging other people.
Hey, what's your name?
Jamie.
How you doing tonight, Jamie?
I'm very good.
What you doing out in the Castro?
I'm just visiting here from Canada. I just got here a couple days ago.
Cool, what part of Canada are you from?
Vancouver. And yeah, it's sort of like a little gay pilgrimage. Because this is gay Mecca, so you have to come here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I heard a second ago that you're in the Air Force, is that right?
Yes, Air Force Reserve.
Cool, tell me about that.
I went through junior ROTC in high school, got a scholarship, went to senior ROTC in college, and I'm training right now as a chaplain at Golden Gate Baptist Theological Seminary.
Did you hear about the MayDay events that went on today?
I didn't, but I wore red.
Wonderful.
And I educated everybody that I work with about MayDay.
The talk about a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, what do you think about that?
Mixed reactions, I understand it. Walls are always very political things because they're built, as the movie Shrek says, to keep people out.
I'm Israeli, and I think that I've experienced a lot of violence in my life as a result of free migration, and I think that while I don't agree with a lot of things the Israeli government does, I do think that a wall has reduced the amount of deaths on the Israeli side, but I don't think that the wall between the United States and Mexico is at all effective, or is at all really doing what its original intention was. In fact, I think it does the opposite. I think it encourages people to stay and permanently migrate because it's so difficult to return.
The wall, I think, is kind of a little absurd. It seems kind of archaic to be building a wall to keep people out.
I don't think it's right to put barriers up. I think that, creating a wall across the whole southwestern border isn't going to be effective. There's always going to be holes. There's always going to be ways through, and I think it's going to create more deaths in people trying to circumvent the areas that are policed the hardest, or the sort of most thorough. That we're going to actually make the situation worse, and more people are going to suffer, and I don't think that that's right.
Just a waste of our taxpayers' money.
I don't think a broad sweeping, everyone's accepted, is a good idea. But I also don't think you should keep them all out. I think there should be a way to integrate them wisely, I guess.
To be honest, what we need is a revised foreign policy with Latin America. We need a revised foreign policy with their own nations. We need to do away with NAFTA.
Well, I thought we were really a country of immigrants in the first place, so I really have always been confused about that.
I mean, if we didn't have our corporations going into those countries and taking away indigenous lands, we wouldn't have indigenous people crossing the border. It's very simple.
On MayDay, workers and immigrants made a unified call for social justice. Walls and wars are tired, unimaginative ideas that don't work. With the elections coming up in November, we need leaders with creative solutions. As one of the most powerful political endorsement-making gay rights organizations, I'd expect the Human Rights Campaign to get our back on this issue. But in late April, the HRC endorsed Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine in her bid for re-election. Not only is she a pro-war candidate, but she only scored a 78% on the HRC's own scorecard. Oddly enough, her opponent is Progressive Representative Tom Allen, who scored 100%, and has stood up against the war.
So I wonder what you think about a gay rights organization endorsing a pro-war candidate.
It doesn't seem to mirror their values. So what I think about it is I'm not sure if that's the wisest choice for that organization to do for their value system.
What do you think about it personally?
What do I think about it personally? I would endorse someone like that, and depending on how pro-war they were. I don't want someone who just wants to go out there and make a glass sheet out of the desert, nuke them all. That wouldn't go over. But if they're a conservative war person, depends. I would be in mild support,
Should a gay rights organization endorse a pro-war candidate?
Hell no. Because we should be making alliances with the anti-war movement, with the people of color movement in terms of like police brutality. It's about making alliances for people who are all oppressed across the board.
Read the Statue of Liberty. Just read it.
He's referring to the poem The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gate shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.